Welcome to How to Grow Your Very Own Bullshit Filter, Part 3, Content. If an article or online post is about something like this, it might be bullshit and you should treat it as sus. I'm going to start with the biggest and most important one, which is motive. Does anyone stand to gain from telling this lie in particular as a lie? Does this information support the goals or conclusions of a currently relevant political movement really, really well? Suspiciously well, perhaps. Sus. Even more sus if the article seems to have been written by or for people who would stand to gain from those goals. Another thing that should set off your bullshit filter that you are now developing is headlines that make you go, "There's no way!" Because maybe it's because there's no way. And this could be for one of two reasons. It is possible that this was written and published by people of integrity who were using good information, but the headline they chose implied a more shocking version of reality than what is actually described in the article itself. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of this in the way that people are responding to headlines and articles about the COVID lab leak theory. There is a huge difference between the claim that China created this virus as a superweapon for sinister reasons versus the claim that maybe patient zero of a viral pandemic was someone who was studying viruses at the time. But despite how different those claims are, and the fact that one of those claims is way more reasonable than the other, the headlines that one might write about those two claims could look kinda similar if you don't read the fine print. That could happen even if you are reading a source that is very mainstream and was written by people who are being held accountable. But if you're getting your shocking headlines from someone who is not very mainstream, from a smaller and less accountable source, that should set off some alarm bells. Think about it for a second. What is more likely? Is it more likely that this earth-shattering, shocking piece of information was discovered and published about by GiggleHub.tv before the New York Times got to it? Or is it possible that those smaller clickbaity sites just have fewer people to hold them accountable for lying to you? That's part 3 of the bullshit filter. I'd love to hear your ideas in the comments below, and good luck developing your sense of what might be bullshit on the internet.